Okay, girls.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hotter, Older, Wiser. I'm your co-host, Fam Rodriguez.
And I'm your other co-host, Alessandra Rodriguez Curiel. I'm going to use that sign-on from now on because everyone needs to know all my last names.
That's fair. We're also you're catching her in a rare state.
Guys, I got the sniffles.
She got the sniffles. She's hungover as shit.
You couldn't tell?
If the sunglasses are on, sunglasses.
Patricia has come out. Okay. Patricia, I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay. Anyway, so for today's topic, I know we spent a lot of time pretty much just shitting on men, talking about all the toxic traits and whatnot. But I think for today's, we're going to keep it pretty wholesome. And we're actually going to talk about the positive green flags that we've seen just like throughout your dating history and even just like current dating history or current
Just
dating
mine?
state.
Just
No,
mine?
and mine. Like I am married. Like I would like to think that Ryan has a lot
I'm
of
providing
green
all
flags.
the content for this podcast. Okay. Thank you so much. We're feeding and exploiting the shit out of my dating life.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, I'll let you go first. You know?
Okay. The biggest one that I have come to find is
Oh, God.
everything's a little darker with the glasses, so it makes it hard to being nice to people that don't benefit him.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love after anything I say, you go, ah. It's like a fucking sex sound. Fucking weirdo. But this is just so huge. I feel like a lot of the time, I've even had guy friends that they're just nice to girls that they think they're pretty
Hot,
and
yeah.
that they could potentially have like a chance with versus, someone that's not as cute. They're just like, oh, whatever. I'm not going to open the door. I'll never want to fuck them, like.
No, and I think it's not just like a male quality. Like, I think this is also very applicable to women too. Like, when we're thinking about who we're nice to, we're not just thinking about being nice to the hot men, but also like just, the kind stranger on the street. Yeah. But I think your specific point was really important because it was actually going to be one of the things I talked about because I think there's two levels to it. I think it's just kindness in general, being a kind person, period. No, like, there's no second step to it on whether they're nice.
There's
just
no
because it
hidden
benefits.
intention.
Yes.
There's no,
Just being
More
kind.
to
And
the
I think
story.
that's just very important. I don't know. I think there's also a lot of assholes out there, but I think particularly to us, I do consider us very just nice people.
I'm a very kind person. Believe it or not, in the other episode, I'm like, you're going to be a villain in someone's story.
But today, it's like, do as I say, not as I do.
But today, I'm so nice, you guys.
You've got nothing left in you. No, but truly though, I think that really is just a quality
Yes.
trait that will carry over always.
To any and all relationships.
And I think
like,
it's super underrated. I think people are always talking about, I want them to be rich. I want them to be good looking. I want all these things.
all the status money level things, not just like actually focused on being a kind person.
Because all those things are fleeting when you're thinking about it. You're not going to be as attractive as you are now a few years down the line.
100%.
Although I think we're prettier
Listen,
than we
with
were.
the level of skincare and creams that I have on my body marinating at night, I am going to live forever. Okay?
I'm going to be the first to go.
Also, that point, what?
I was going to say, I'm going to be the first to go out of the two of us.
You're going to be Miss Crusty Dusty over here with them ashy lips. Self-awareness is key. We're working on that.
I did just join on the bandwagon of Korean skincare, so I'll keep you posted on this journey.
Because of me.
That's
See
true.
how kind I am?
Sharing my
No,
fucking
wait,
knowledge.
but that actually reminds me. One thing I always tell my friends in dating world is when they point out these things about their partners, I think I approach it in, okay, is that trainable? Or is that just them being a bad person? So my thing always comes down to, you can't teach someone to have a good heart. That is like the foundation of everything. Everything else is trainable. What you want to meal prep, opening a door, you can train all those things. But the core of the person being a good person and having good morals is not trainable.
100%.
That is just who they are, their personality. They will not change that.
Definitely agree on this. And this is actually going to be one of like a green flag just in any dynamic is just having the same morals. I definitely agree. Like I think there are more of like your non-negotiables, those are definitely trainable, and you should be working on those things collaboratively because like, I'm sure you're gonna have things that probably this person
You grow
doesn't
together
like.
in
Exactly.
those things. But the core foundation of it, both of you being a good hearted person and having a subconscious, like if you do something wrong, that type of thing, that's not trainable.
Completely agree. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I know mine are good.
Okay, so for mine, my first one I think is just gonna be consistency.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is I think obviously love bombing is such a huge topic right now on social media and whatnot. But I do believe that the beginning stage of any relationship is definitely the honeymoon stage, okay?
Right.
But it shouldn't be extreme, okay? It shouldn't be that this person's bombarding you left and right, buying you fucking roses every single day.
I mean,
Yes, I know you want roses every single day, okay? For the general population, I don't need that. At the end of the day, I just know that you're going to be consistent in your behavior with me. You're not going to ice me out one day and then the next day you're going to be all like lovey-dovey.
No,
I
true.
want the person that I know when I come home from a long day at work.
they are stable.
They're stable
consistent.
and they're going to be there and they're going to support me, because I do think this was definitely something that carried over from me when I was in a really just toxic relationship. I was constantly in a fight or flight mode. It was because I never knew what I was getting.
Yeah.
My body recognized it before I think my brain could even catch up, but I was constantly not even aware of it, but I was trying to be on my best behavior always because I didn't want to do anything to set this person overboard. And I just wanted this person, if I'm good today, this person's going to be good to me today too. And I'm not going to add anything to their plate. I'm not going to do any of those things. And so obviously talking it out loud right now and even recognizing it enough to talk about it took a long time. It took a lot of therapy, but
Your day, your tone, setting the tone of the day was always based on them, and you were like, okay, I'm gonna follow along on that. You know.
and it sounds really silly when you're just like, I just need you to be fucking stable.
Yeah.
But no, that's really, I don't require a whole lot. Like that's, because I think this stability
minimum.
and just reliability is the
minimum.
foundation for any relationship. It's how you're going to carry forward, because life does throw a lot at you that you can't control. But as long as you can count on the person that's next to you and you can rely on that stable foundation, you really can't overcome anything.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I'm not even throwing jokes out here. That really is just, I think, my number one.
No, I agree. I agree. Okay, number 2. A good relationship with their mom.
Ooh.
I literally called it off. I called it quits with someone over this because I heard them yelling at their mom. And I was like, motherfucker, I know you're not going to yell at me like that one day. So
That's not trainable.
I gotta go my own way. And I packed my bags and I left out that door.
in the middle of the night.
And then I went to the golf course like Troy Bolton and I splashed the water and I ran across the field.
The amount of high
with
school
my bags.
We reference High School Musical too many times. Tragic.
So yes, that relationship with their mom, even if it's like a hard relationship, I can understand having a hard relationship with your parentals and stuff, but raising your voice and yelling at your mother,
Okay, we're also Hispanic, so I'm going to be, that is just a fucking no-go.
that is, you will get
in
slapped
our
in the face.
culture.
Yes.
You're disowned. Like, that just does not happen.
Who raised you?
Like,
You're gonna yell at a woman? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
but no, for sure. I think that's a huge one and definitely underrated. And like I said earlier, this is not a coachable one. This is not something you can
That's just
teach
how you were
a man.
raised.
Yes, you can teach a man to be more considerate with their mothers or kind of help guide them in the right direction. But disrespect is not something you train out of a man.
Disrespect is disrespect. And honestly, that kind of goes into my third one. And it's
Oh, we're just skipping over me. Cool.
okay, well, it kind of goes hand in
Okay,
hand.
fine.
Let me have this. So it goes with having a sister, but not just having a sister, having a good relationship with the sister. I think it shows
As a guy? So this
guy.
is specific to a guy.
Yes,
Okay.
specific to a guy. Having a sister, but having a good relationship as well, because it kind of shows that they've had to deal with the emotional side of being a woman and the things that it entails. They've seen their sisters start dating and how guys can be. It just kind of teaches them to be a little bit more considerate.
Yeah.
We go through a lot. So I think having a good relationship with a sister, not just having a sister, you know.
So that's a good one. I had never thought about the dynamic with the sister. So definitely agree. I think it's important. I will say, I don't think they have to have this like spectacular relationship with their sister, but I do think as long as they have, yes, a relationship, a respectful relationship,
Yes.
I think that's what matters.
Yeah, it's a green flag.
Yeah.
It's just like a nice like little added thing.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so I think another big one for me personally is that they make an effort with your friends and family. Okay, that's a huge one to me. Obviously, family, again, like us just being Hispanic, that's like number one. You've really got to fucking try with our family. Like, we're a package deal, and the person I married
I know that's right.
had to fucking understand that.
Yeah.
And without, obviously, that was a learning curve because we are like the
It's a lot.
extremists.
It's a little
Yeah,
excessive.
we're a lot.
I
Okay,
get
and we
that.
know it.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ryan,
Yes.
Angel. But the second part is definitely making an effort with your friends.
Yeah, I think either way, like with friends or family, if they're not making an effort, they're
not-
not thinking about it long term. Like that's as
Exactly.
far as it
They're not
goes.
treating this as an investment. They're not prioritizing your people, which should honestly be one of the most important things. Like, my friends truly are like an extension of my soul. Like, that's how deep I go with them.
Yeah.
And so, and again, I'm not saying that they have to be best friends. I'm not saying that we're all BFFs, like friendship bracelets, all this.
Yeah.
But I do think just showing that effort of showing up for your friends, and you guys do having some sort of relationship is super crucial.
Yeah.
And this is actually a very specific example of one of the biggest green flags I've ever seen. So for one of my friend's birthday dinner,
I know.
yeah, we all went out. It was like 5 of us. And we're done with dinner, and the server comes out with literally a tray of like all six different desserts that the restaurant has. And they start saying happy birthday. And we immediately are like, whoa, like, no, we didn't order this. And they're like, no, like, so-and-so called it in, which is my other friend's boyfriend.
No.
So it's like he literally went out of his way to call the restaurant to bring out dessert for his girlfriend's best friend's birthday. Like, that was so sweet, and I can't even put into words.
Like your people are my people. Like,
Exactly. And we're a package deal, and it was just so wholesome and so sweet. And again,
fucking cute as shit.
I know. And again, I'm not saying this is just a very extreme, because like they are best friends, you
Yeah.
know? So like that's obviously an added layer, but just something as simple as like on their birthdays, remembering to say happy birthday.
Yeah.
Like making a fucking effort when you guys are in the same place, I think is huge for me. And that's definitely something that I really value, like in Ryan, that he definitely, like, my people are his people. And without me being, like, he's pretty at this point comfortable.
He does it
Like, if I'm
himself.
not there,
He's very
yeah, he
self-sufficient
can
in that.
carry his own relationship with them.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate.
Yeah, that's really even like that's the thing. Even when I think you were out of town at this point, and we were gonna go watch a movie, or it was our mom's birthday.
Oh yeah, that was really
and
sweet.
Beckman literally just texted me, and did he text me?
Yeah, you and mommy.
Yeah, he texted me and my mom, and he's like, "So what are the birthday plans?" I was like,
It's so sweet.
"Stop! That's so cute." We weren't even really gonna do anything, but that was so sweet that he took the initiative. Like, even if you're not there, your people are his people now, you know? So small stuff like that. That's not even small. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Agreed. Is it my turn already?
Technically, I should, because you went back to back, but it's fine. I'll let you go.
It sounds like you have something to say.
No, it's fine. I have a lot to say. I think my list is longer, but
Okay,
continue on.
hit it then.
You don't care?
No, double
Oh,
whammy
if you
then.
don't say.
What? Twist my arm.
Okay, so this is a big one. That this person learns to speak your love language.
Ugh.
I think this is a big one, in which I think, because, okay, what I mean by this, and if somebody doesn't know what the love languages are, there's 5 of them. I think they're like acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts, physical touch, and quality time. And I did take the test, and I literally scored evenly across words of affirmation and acts of service. Those are my top 2.
I can see that being mine.
Yeah.
And touch. Oh, you're
Oh,
not
I'm not.
touch.
That's
Yeah.
number 5 on my
Literally,
list.
don't touch her. That's the love
I literally
language.
take
Don't
after
touch
our
her.
mom from that. She's like the least affectionate.
It'd be weird.
But verbally, she's the most affectionate. But anyway, so
I've been torn down 10 or 20 times in a day before.
But this one's really big to me because it shows that this person is listening and self-aware enough to understand that your way is not the fucking highway, okay?
Yeah.
Just-
Their way.
Oh yeah, their way is not the highway.
I was like,
yeah.
I know I'm hungover, but that did not make sense.
But it shows that they're willing to put in the effort to try and understand
learn.
you. Yes,
Yeah.
to learn. They're in this for long term, okay? Because I do think I often see, and again, I'm bringing this back a lot to the love bombing. I think at the beginning, I've seen so many times where gifts may not be this person's love language, but you have this person just bombarding left and right with gifts to almost like make you unaware or forget of what your actual needs are.
Yeah.
Because they think that just by like providing, because to me, don't get me wrong.
Because what fills them must fill you. Like, yeah.
Yes. And I'm not shitting on anybody's love language that is gifts, but to me, gifts are very just surface level things. Like, don't get me wrong. I like getting gifts, but I like the thoughtfulness behind it. And
I like the thoughtfulness. Like, when I say I like gifts, yes, it's not one of my top ones, but I think that almost goes into, I wish there was a different one that's just called detail oriented, because if I get like a little flower that you literally found outside and you're like, oh my God, I thought of you, I found a little flower. Like, it can be just as small as that. It's just that they thought of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed. But definitely, like, I think just putting in that intention, because I can definitely say, like, Ryan and I, his love language is quality time. And for me, I'm an introvert. I like my own alone time. I don't need quality time. I'm just always on the go.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really us being like us being both vulnerable enough and letting go of our ego to understand that your way is not more or less right than my way. And so really just learning.
That's where the compromise also comes
Exactly.
in.
Learning to meet in the middle.
I know you receive it like this, so we'll hang out on these nights and yeah.
And it ties back to, sorry, I literally am going like 3 back to back, but it also ties back to the accountability. I think accountability is a huge green flag because
Not being like, and not playing the victim card.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it has to go both ways. Okay. Like I do think it's important for my partner to hold me accountable at times where maybe I'm not fulfilling his needs.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways. And we have to have that like open communication,
There has to be that
accountability.
transparency. Like, even if you're getting called out on your shit, sometimes you are slacking and you need to get called out on your shit in a loving way. There's a tactful way to do those things. It only becomes a problem when obviously you're not doing it tactfully, you know?
For sure. And just being true to yourself at the same time, because I
Yeah.
do think Ryan could come in and give me all this quality time. And at the end of the day, his cup is full, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not. And I have to learn to recognize that as nice as that wasn't right. That wasn't fully authentic to me either. And learning to like speak up and be like, hey, like I obviously want to spend time with you, but I also need like XYZ.
Yeah.
So bringing in that accountability. And again, no victim mindset. It goes both ways, but definitely really important.
Agreed. My turn again. Being open-minded. I feel as if I've been on dates where we're having conversations and I'm just trying to approach different things like music or what do you believe in or just overall things. And sometimes you hit a little trigger when they're like, I don't know about that, blah, 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 you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a fine line because sometimes on first dates, they're trying to be like cool boy or whatever. But if they're not open-minded or asking questions, like, oh, why is it that you believe in that? Like, what was the catalyst for that? If I say I like jazz, why do you like jazz? Being open-minded, not being like, I hate jazz. No one should like jazz, you know?
Agree.
So-
It can't be a closed communication. Like again, not saying I have to agree with everything that my partner
No.
believes in, but it should be like you
Being
both.
open-minded.
Yes, and
know?
like maybe just listening to other points of view.
I've never heard jazz. Like, do you want to show
It's the
me
same
your
way you
favorite
are
one?
with your friends. I mean, me personally, I could not say that I have the same viewpoint on everything as my friends, but being open-minded enough to like when they come to me, because again, I am more of the person that people come to for advice.
Right.
So just being open-minded in that sense too, of understanding that we all have different experiences, we all have different upbringings, and so
You would want that in a friend, and
Yes.
obviously you would even want
translate that
a
into
partner.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Sissy.
Thanks, sissy.
Okay, another one for me is, and this is just something, I'll be honest, I love this about Ryan, which is why I'm bringing this up, but considerate planning,
Oh, he's
I
good.
think is huge for me. And this translates into different things. Like it can translate into the smallest of things of what your day-to-day looks like on the weekends. So like before they fully commit to a plan, they're like, "Hey, I'm doing this, but wanted to check with you first. Like, is there something else going on?" Like I think that to me just speaks volumes. And it also ties back to the fact that his love language is quality time. So like he
Yeah.
really does want to like spend time together.
Yeah.
But I think that to me is huge. And it goes as big to this is something even when we go plan trips, he's literally the one always planning. Like I feel like this is rare to say.
She literally, you know what she plans? Getting the Starbucks at the
Truly.
airport for both of them.
Truly.
And she's like, "Hey guys, where are you going?"
That's about it. And I do think I really do love that about him. Like when we
Yeah.
went to Italy, like he figured out the fucking train system. He figured out where we were staying. I also like just do not. I consider myself a very intelligent person, but like do not put me like in charge of fucking geography, okay, and directions. That's just not my forte. Play to your strengths, people. But that's something I really love. And we're literally about to go on another trip and he's figuring out what like our dinner reservations look like, our whatever. Like I love
He can take charge in that sense.
exactly because I do think I'm a pretty overwhelmed person 24/7.
She has a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, and so it really is like more of his dad's side. Like he like looks for these like great deals and
He's such a
offers
dad.
and like points back on his credit card.
The
Like
grass, the what is it? The blower?
yeah,
Lawn blower.
yeah, like he's just
Grass
taking
blower.
care of stuff, and I do really appreciate that he puts in that much intention behind like our time and our calendar, and like it's just a shared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shared
He's being
activity between you.
considerate of your life too and trying to make it work with both of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. I think early on in dating, you will notice by the things that you say and how they follow up with it, but details, having good memory. Someone that is interested in you will ask you questions like, "Oh, you said your family was coming into town this day," and then follows up at on that day
Oh,
or
yes.
after. How was it being with your family? You know that they are listening to you, that they are being intentional and they are interested. You can notice that in someone very early on in dating. When you say something and you can feel that they're actually listening. You say your birthday. Guy that likes you will never forget your birthday, even when talking. So I think that's a big one. Details. My whole life is details, so that one's huge for me. I think that is my top love language.
I love that.
I
You
love
are-
that for you.
No, you are very detailed though.
Yeah.
So just for anybody who's out here trying to court this beautiful hungover Patricia, all you really need to do is just bring her daily fucking daisies, okay? Like just go on a walk, pick a daisy,
Go on
and
a
just
walk.
say,
That's so real. Take me for a car drive.
take her for a car drive or take her on a hike.
I'm like a dog. I love that shit.
No, it's
Pull down the window and I'm like,
It's ridiculous. It's also ridiculous how like the second you moved out to LA, you're like, oh my God, I'm such a hiker girl. I'm like,
hiker girl. Then I go
fucking-
out and I'm like, there's so much dust on my CSB set. These bugs everywhere. How could that? You live here?
or like she'll call me and she's like, oh my God, it's just a rattlesnake. Yeah.
I ran so fast. How dare they be out in the fucking mountains in their own habitat?
But all to be
Fuck.
said, yes, very detail oriented.
Let's go for a little walk, guys.
Yeah.
Literally, you could be in front of the house. Take me out to the front yard.
You're like tongue out, hair out.
Honestly, just a little sandwich, a little picnic sandwich right on your front yard.
I love that. Okay, another green flag for me personally, and it goes back to because I really just do believe in the quote, you're an average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. They're friends. If you like their friends and you think these are people you would be friends with regardless of
green
this
flag.
guy,
Yeah.
such a fucking green flag.
Leave that guy. Go to the front. No, I'm just kidding. That was
Okay, that was
that was
fucking
a
toxic.
joke.
Okay.
that was a joke.
To me, that is huge because it also brings almost some safety of knowing that when him and I get into arguments, who is the person he's going to run to for advice?
Oof, that's
And if it's fucking
huge.
Boo Boo the fucking fool, then your
Beavis and
relationship
Butthead
is
over there giving him horrible freaking advice.
exactly. Then it's doomed, honestly. And it
Yeah.
also, and it's not even that. It's also, it speaks to their character, and it speaks to why it doesn't matter if it's like
They
a
let
friend
that
that's
stuff slide. If
exactly.
those people talk poorly about women and stuff, that stuff sticks.
It does.
Yeah.
And you want, I mean, I'm not in any situation, whether it's a personal friendship or a relationship, I'm not in anything for the short haul. And so when you think about you got to think about the long term to all of this. Like, okay, right now, I feel like you can easily talk yourself into being like, I mean, they're just fucking idiots, but it's fine. Like, he'll like grow out of it. He'll get new friends. No, he fucking won't. And also, he won't do it for you because the more you tell this person like your friends are shit, the more you're pushing them towards in their direction. Okay.
Yeah.
Because then what's going to happen is they're going to go to their friends. They're going to talk about how the fact that you hate them. And then now it's just a fucking mess. Okay. And they're going to talk every time they can, they're going to talk shit about you. So now they're hitting the self-conscious and it's just all a fucking slippery slope. Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah. All this to be said, pick people, men or female, that you respect their
surround
friends.
themselves with good people. Yeah.
Because and
Just
this is the
it
other
goes back to the good heart. You can't teach someone to have a good heart.
Yeah, and it also just goes back to it's very naive to think that like you can like keep the friends from like the relationship separate because they're not. They're all one and the same, and you got to treat it as that. And so I have a very hard time thinking that when you like literally think that their friends are a piece of shit, like that the relationship's gonna work. That's just like me personally. And again, I'm not saying that I'm friends with like all of Ryan's friends, but I actually like
You enjoy them.
I
Yeah.
enjoy hanging out with them.
Yeah.
I can definitely hang out with them without Ryan around. Like that's the kind of just level that you should be looking for when it comes to who people choose to be friends with.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, this is my last one. Is how they handle your wins. This one I feel like is so important because in life you only have a certain amount of big things that happen, a promotion in your job, etc. And if you come home and you're saying, I got a promotion, do they kind of go, oh, that's great, sweetie, move on the conversation to like whatever they were doing, versus, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, I'm going to take you out to dinner, being really celebrating your wins as if it's their wins. Because it really is at the end of the day. If you're in a good mood, he's going to be in a good mood. You guys, your energy balances off of each other. And if he's just totally dismissive, it's like, okay, you're going to celebrate his wins, but he won't celebrate yours. It has to be an equal balance. So celebrating your wins.
I love that. And it's true. I mean, I think that will carry over in just like anything in life because I think at the root of that is just putting their ego aside to let you shine and be the best version of you. Even if that means that like that day you took an L, then so fucking what? You put it aside and you show up for your person regardless. Like I've had plenty of fucking bad days at work, but it doesn't, if Ryan's getting honored for some sort of, and he's Mr. fucking social, so he has a lot of fucking events. So if he's being honored for something or he's getting an award for something, like you bet that I'm showing up with a smile on my face. Or if we have a commitment, I am showing up with a smile on my face. I'm not just like, I'm not making him feel how upset I am. And I think like these are all just very important qualities in a person.
I agree.
Okay, so now on to my last one, which is a very short and simple one, but I just think it really does go a long way based off like my own personal experiences, which is that their words match their actions at the end of the day. We as women can fall into this fucking fake reality. Not even fake reality. We build our own reality on all these beautiful things that all like these fucking men can tell us. They're like, one day we're gonna live in a beautiful castle,
put them on a
one
pedestal.
day, yes, you put them on a pedestal, and you just buy into the fantasy. But if you're really being fully honest with yourself, like, what about their actions? Like, if you're literally, let's bring it back to like fucking work, okay? That's like building out a fucking end of year goal without putting in milestones as to how to get to that fucking goal. Okay?
Hold on. I have something to say about this.
What?
I want to bring it to the Ariana Grande lyric. I saw your potential without seeing credentials. I'm going to drop the mic now.
It's true.
That's it.
Okay. Ariana Grande, Jesus. Ariana Grande said it best, clearly. And I completely agree. And I think just
You
that
made it up.
we just, yeah, I don't even think we made it up. I just think we want to believe in the potential so bad that we, again, just construct.
That's our nurturing side. We see how much you can be. But
But if you really on the day to day, like, and it goes just for 1 minute, stop focusing on the future and just really think about your present moment and just reflect. Are they actually, are their actions backing everything that they're saying? Because it's very easy to get caught up in the, you know what, I had a really long day, like, we'll do this tomorrow. So, I mean, clearly we heard it here best, which is validating the credentials on the fucking bullshit that some people are saying.
yeah.
And it's not to be mean because
Take everything at face value. Like, that's it.
Exactly. Don't fall into this fantasy world of what you guys can be and focus on what you are now. And if it's not something that you like, go. Like, it's not
going to get better.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that's it for me. And I think the very last thing that we're going to end with is a few lesser of two evils. Okay. So we're going to run through a few quick scenarios and I'm intrigued to see your reactions on some of these. So which one would you prefer? A guy with a fish pic on Hinge or one with a shirtless gym bro pic? That's fucking atrocious.
I just gagged at both of those.
Like, one, you're a fish killer. Or two,
You're a murderer. Okay?
or two, you're
You are
so fucking full
narcissist.
of yourself.
Listen, I feel like the girlies can do that. Have a little gym pic because you can be a little bit more artistic with it. You link the little workouts that I want to
Yeah, I
know
can
if you're
definitely be
wearing
more
Aloe or
wholesome.
CSB bestie, like, you know. But guys with their like V-neck shirt, ugh.
Okay, so
Hi.
clearly just
I
yeah, neither.
they're both very evil.
They're both-
the lesser of two evils, very very evil.
Okay, but you have to pick.
you know I hate the fish.
I know. I think you're gonna go for the gym.
At least the gym bro, he works out. I guess he's motivated. Whatever. I guess we're going with the gym.
All right, I unfortunately have to go with you too because I just can't allow for fish killers
I'm not going
in
on.
my space.
I'm not going on a boat to fish, bro. You're not gonna take me on a date
Meanwhile,
like
over here, I'm like, I love tuna. I just
Bro.
can't be the killer, okay? Which is not saying anything good about me. Okay, next one. Would you rather be heartbroken or be the heartbreaker? I will. This totally is specific to us because we're both just very empathetic people. I feel like a bunch of assholes out. Okay, you're not an asshole, but a bunch of less sympathetic people
Yeah.
out here are probably like heartbreaker for fucking sure. But when I think about it, and I think we've both done this, I've definitely stayed in things far longer.
Because you didn't want to hurt the person.
Exactly.
Same.
There's something about being broken up with.
I learned so much more when I'm heartbroken than when I'm breaking someone's heart.
I agree. I think there's a lot more introspectiveness. There's always a new hairstyle that comes out of it.
100%.
There's always the glow
no,
up.
honestly, for me,
There's definitely, yeah.
I'll
What the
be
fuck?
black.
What am I saying? Be heartbroken. I literally just talked to
at
myself.
least
I
be
was like,
heartbroken and hot, you know?
yeah.
Versus I carry a lot of weight when I hurt someone. So I think I'd rather be heartbroken.
I mean, I think ideal state is it being unanimous. Like,
Yes.
you guys have an open and mature conversation. You're like, this is clearly not
Ideally.
working. And then yes, ideally. So that's my number one, which is not part of the question.
Okay.
That would be my number one. But yes, number two, I thought going into it, I would say heartbreaker. But you are right. I think it hurts a lot to be the heartbreaker. And there's something about the fact that it's your choice. So sometimes it can make it almost easier, like on a sad day, to be like, did I make a mistake? There's a lot of like questioning that can come with it sometimes, because that definitely happened to me where like when I ended it, I'm like, was that really the right choice? And it's a lot easier for you to feel like you can like reach back out than it is to be the heartbroken one where it's like, this was
Because
out.
you're dealing with rejection, you're dealing with your ego, you're dealing with, a lot more.
Like it's outside of my control. Like this person chose to not be with me and it's almost easier to accept it.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh, this
But
is really deep.
it's interesting because I feel like in society, even with songs, which listen, I love Marina and the Diamonds. She has a song called Heartbreaker, and it's like, how to be a heartbreaker. Yeah, I like the look of danger. I feel like it's very idealized to be like that bad bitch, that it girl, the one that no one can touch, the heartbreaker, the,
I mean, man eater. Yeah.
yeah, man eater.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that's very interesting in general because now we're like, oh no, I'd rather be the heartbroken one because we want to learn lessons.
Yeah, but I think that, I mean, if anything, I just think this shows that we're like growing and evolving.
Yeah, you know what? I think that does show maturity.
Yeah,
Because I feel like in my early 20s, I'd be like, I'm the heartbreaker, that.
but I do think it requires a lot of just
Self-reflection.
self-awareness
Yeah.
and self-reflection to just be like,
Introspect.
yeah, introspectiveness to be, you know what? I think I would honestly be a better version of myself.
Yeah, if I was the one dealing with
Yeah,
the pain
being
of it.
heartbroken. Again, all
hard one.
hearsay, but very interested to hear what everybody else's thoughts are on this.
Yeah.
Okay, last one, best one. Okay, the hotter the girl,
best one.
it's really not the best one. I just think it's like the most engaging one. Okay, the hotter the girl, the more loyal they are.
Ha ha ha! Yes! What to the moon? Honestly, I think 100% hot girls are used to attention. That is nothing new. You go around the street corner, the first homeless person, you're so beautiful. Like they won't fall for the trap of attention. And I feel like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So, and once they feast their eyes on the one that personality checks out, that they are attracted to, those bitches are so loyal. And you know who's those bitches? We bitches. Okay.
Okay, I agree with what you're saying, but I think there's a call out I need to make, which is the hot girl learning curve. Okay? Completely made up right now. But I think there's a learning curve to being attractive. Okay? I think you gotta, when you're first starting to get male attention, I think it's a lot, it's overwhelming, and you're also just like,
It's addictive.
I mean, it's addictive, you're eating it up, you're like fucking having a feast, okay?
Yeah.
And you're engaging with it at the end of the day. You're not really putting a stop to it, and at this point you're just as much of the problem, okay?
You're entertaining. Yeah.
Yes. So I think at the beginning there is this curve to like learning how to handle your hotness. And then, yes, I think you become mature with how you handle it in terms of, at that point, I do think that now, because you've had like a fucking buffet of options, when you do decide to commit, you're like, no, this is for real. I am gonna be loyal because yes, I could have like X through Z, or I can have A
You've
through
had
Z.
all the options.
Yes. But again, it just depends on how long you've been hot for, because I have friends. Yes.
What stage in life did you become hot?
Like if you became hot, if you've been that fucking pretty girl since freaking elementary school, I actually don't think you're as hot anymore. That's a fucking,
You don't think?
yeah. I think if you peak earlier,
Well, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
100%. I think the girls who like peak earlier just end up not being as hot.
I think the most
Maybe?
loyal
This is
bitches
probably very comfortable.
were the ugly ones in middle school and high school, and then in like college, like 20s, they became hot.
they
I
peaked.
think those are the most loyal because you gotta have a little trauma in there.
Okay. Yes. Okay. You gotta
It's
have
character
trauma.
development. Since you don't have the looks, you have to work on your personality.
Okay. I think that if you were no. Okay, this is gonna be my call out. No. If I'm talking about my stage of life right now, okay? Like being 31.
Okay.
I think the girls who are hot in college are gonna be the most loyal right now. Because you've now had a decade of like being super fucking hot, being fucking hot in college, where you literally have all the fucking options you could want, like fucking Monday through Sunday.
Yeah, you've been exposed.
You've been exposed to
At
like the
your new level of
fraternity life.
hotness.
You've been exposed to, yes, going out, just getting fucking belligerent. So I think if
I
you were
concur.
hot in college, you are going to be a loyal ass bitch now if you're committed.
I concur because I am she.
But I think if you
I couldn't
peak
even say that
after
with a
that,
straight
I think you are early in the curve still,
Yeah.
where you're probably not being the most loyal bitch right now.
If it's later.
If it's later.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know. I think that's really the hill I'm willing to die on right now, that
If you are
we're hot in college.
2 to 3 years into your hotness, you are not loyal. If you are
Be self-aware.
4 to 5 years, if you are Well, it depends how old you are. What is this metric system that I'm doing?
I don't know. Just letting you do fucking fake math over here. She's like building out fucking formulas,
Guys,
charts.
fake news. Don't take any advice from me today.
I'm going to say that this is like the safety net. If you are 10 plus years of being hot, you are a fucking loyal ass bitch.
Yeah.
That's my math.
You've had enough exposure therapy. You've also, at this point, were ugly, so you understand.
Yeah, like it
Trauma.
makes you a humble hot girl.
Exact. Those are the best. You're
Those are
hot
the best.
and you're funny. Bro.
You built fucking character.
Yeah. Yeah. You were forced to build character for your lack of looks, and then they came in. You know.
Yep.
We've all
And now
been
you're
there.
excelling at life. Now everything's great.
Yeah. So, solid shit. And remember, ladies, I saw his potential without seeing credentials. Don't let that be you. Okay?
So stick to the green flags.
That's what we
All
got.
right.
See you guys.
See you guys next week.
Let me end it.